Juneteenth is probably how most Americans feel about the 4th of July. You know, the reality of the 4th of July is knowing that when that holiday was established in America, it had nothing to do with the black Native Americans that was here, with the African Americans that was here. It had nothing to do with us. We was actually enslaved and being, mistreated and being used to help build the American wealth when they was building their independence. So they were celebrating their independence while, standing on us. So, it goes back to what Dr. King said when he talked to the Polish man, and he said that the man told him, you should pick yourself up and pull yourself up by your bootstraps. And pretty much Dr. King told him that, I understand what you mean, but the black Native American don't even have no shoes on. So, we was in a situation where we really couldn't do anything for ourselves in this country. So when it comes to education, when it comes to knowing our heritage, throughout history, people have been enslaved and put prisoners of war, but no one has been put in a situation where they was unable to read, unable to educate themselves, unable to learn and know where they came from, who they came from, what their native language was. Like, we were stripped of all of that, fam. And today, when some disregard this day, to me, I feel the same way they feel about the flag. We here and we represent America, but we also are a part of America's history. We're a part of America's past. And even though, we know it was a bloody past, it was a massacre in some places, we know that some light need to be shined on it, but I don't think that it just need to be celebrated just as a day of freedom. But, in a person's individual life or what we're doing as a people, we should be freeing one another, ways of educating one another, with growing financial wealth, with actually making some money and doing some things that could change our situation, building things, learning things, learning the 5 basic trades from welding, from being an electrician, from being a carpenter, from being HVAC to plumbing. There's things that's really in the need right now, and if we could capitalize on things like that, I think that's what Juneteenth is really all about, because now it's time to not actually just be free, but actually build our freedom, build some wealth, build something that we can pass on. So I really think that it's important for us not to just celebrate it as symbolism, knowing that, we got a day, but knowing that it means something, that we live through our ancestors, and our ancestors lived through us, and we got a responsibility to help free the generations that's coming up behind us. So when you think about Juneteenth, and for those who don't believe, think about the meaning of the 4th of July. That's the same meaning it should feel to a black Native American, an African American. It should feel just like that to you once you really understand what the meaning is, knowing that we were still going through it while others was free and we didn't even know it. You know what I mean? So it makes what Harriet Tubman and all the forefathers did before us, from Booker T. Washington, makes all these things make sense now, why they felt we had to have education and institutions like Marcus Garvey. We had to have some institutions, fam. So I think today we really need to keep that in mind, and not to just focus on just saying, oh, I'm rich, I got wealthy, I'm good. But what about your community? We got to make sure we good, fam. Hold on.